welcome to the Imperfectly Perfect Couple Show. I'm Kandy.
I'm Tank.
And how was your week?
It was pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good. Yours?
Busy, of course.
Busy. Yeah, it was
Very
busy. Most definitely was busy.
It was our son's birthday. He had just turned 10. So we had just a small gathering, with everything.
Social distancing for sure.
Right.
Just those that they normally be around the most. So nothing personal to other family members that wasn't invited or anything. Y'all understand. We just don't know these days.
Right. We don't know who you've been around, how many people you be mingling with, with their jobs and all of that stuff. So, yeah.
But, yeah, getting this Christmas shopping stuff started.
Right. We got like what? A week and a half maybe before
from
Christmas.
Today, for sure, from today where we at right now, most definitely we got like a week and a half left.
Yeah, it's that's the one thing that we you worry about too, like are the gifts gonna get there on time when you're ordering stuff, when you're last minute shoppers.
But you know what? But I can honestly say I experienced something just recently with our youngest, Callie. Of course, we had them give us their list with what they wanted for Christmas or whatever. And me being me, it's just certain things that I'm just like, no, that'd be sad. Because I could say this year, out of all years, so far since we've been parents, the kids, they're not really asking for much. The lists are really simple. So the youngest, which is 3, she been saying she want this what is it?
Dream house.
Yeah, Barbie pink dream house.
And a pink convertible Barbie car.
Yes. So I got to looking online, and I kid you not, I put the order in 2 a.m. It was like between 2 o'clock and 3:30. Yeah, between 2 and 2:30 in the morning when I put the order in. And I got this order. I kid you not. I got this order at 12 p.m. that same morning. It messed me up. I couldn't believe it because I text Kandy and I'm like, you won't believe that this order just came in. She was asleep when I put the order in. Of course, she didn't even know. So it tripped me out. So I don't know. I think they have gotten better, or they might have hired more help. Since everything's been going on.
Yeah, I think so. It's been a few people that I've seen just coming across posts and people saying that their stuff is like they're just waiting on it. So
Wow.
I think it's just depending
Who you going through?
Yeah, who you're going through.
Wow. Yeah. Oh, and then I also thought this morning, hey, like I've said before in other shows, I'm a midnighter. I work midnight, but I play both ends very well, especially when it comes to, basically messing up my sleep patterns. I play it well in my mind. I'm playing it well. So last night I didn't sleep too good last night. Just because of, and it normally happens like that. And I'm thinking that I'm gonna get some sleep. I think I wind up, because I took like a quick little nap or whatever the case. And then I wind up getting up or whatever. And I stayed up till about like 9 o'clock that next morning. So I'm like, okay, cool. Let me go ahead, lay down. I'm going to get out, do some little running around or whatnot. Okay, so when I get to sleep, what did you come and tell me?
The drain in the washroom, it was flooded, basically.
Flooded?
Water just coming up everywhere. The perks of being a homeowner, right?
Oh my goodness!
So,
you have to be ready when you stepping out anyway. You got to be ready. But man, I tell you,
that's a whole different dynamic. Because usually we're used to picking up the phone and saying, "Hey, come fix this.
Now, you know what? Now, that's a perfect transition as far as which goes into like what was brought to me on social media. Now, this was sent to me by one of my coworkers that follow the page. And I'm going to just paraphrase it. I'm not going to read it. It was pretty much saying, can you deal with a man that don't know how to do nothing? And when I say nothing, I'm talking about he's not handy at all. He don't have no hustle. He don't have no know-how. Can you women tolerate that? Can y'all do it? You know, or is it a thing to where it's just like, that's okay. My daddy taught me how to do it. Coming from the woman perspective, that's okay. My daddy taught me how to do it. Or my mama was a strong lady, so I know how to get it done. Or is that a deal breaker for you?
I think it would be a deal breaker for me.
Yeah.
To be honest, because I mean, just my family. I have uncles, and some things depending on what it is. With my dad working in the plant for 30 years or so, like I'm used to, even though some of those people, as far as my uncles are not here anymore, I'm used to being around people that knew how to do something. Like we could call, that one person to come fix something really quick.
So it was still that know-how.
It was
from
still,
your daddy knowing where to go.
Yeah.
If he did know how to do it,
if he didn't know how to do it, he would call somebody he knew of somebody, or the same thing with you.
Now go ahead. My fault.
I was gonna say the same thing with you. You know what I'm saying? If you don't necessarily know how to do whatever is going wrong, or
I got a network.
People.
I got a network, and I've proved that plenty of times. Shout out to my network. Some of the people that follow the page as well. Some of my guys, my people. That's one of the things I can honestly say. I try to build relationships or just some type of accord with people. No matter what, because you just never know. So like even when the guy came, and it pretty much the line just needed to be snaked out. You know what I'm saying? So and we only been in this house a year and some change. You know what I'm saying? So how I will flip that question as far as how that question would pertain to me. How I would flip it, like, could I deal with a woman that don't know how to do nothing? I mean, you just want to just be there and just be pretty.
Like your 80-20 rule?
No, I ain't familiar with that.
80-20. Basically, you have a woman that can fulfill 80% of the gender role that most women do. Like, you're cooking, you're cleaning, just your womanly stuff around the house.
So wait a minute. So are you saying that rule what the rule is said, is the 80 supposed to be the what's said that the woman's supposed to do, or
not
is the 20?
Not necessarily what the 20% is. Basically, well, the 20% is the women that really can't do too much of anything.
So it's the percentage of women,
right?
Okay.
So not the percentage of women, but the percent coming from the woman as a whole. Like, you can find somebody who can do all of this stuff, and they're satisfying their man, they're cooking meals, they're taking care of the kids, they're fulfilling their obligations of a woman. But you may have that 20% who can't do just about anything. She's just there for a piece, a show.
Sorry.
So
I don't need you. I don't.
So.
Man, no. Yeah. So for me, if it was flipped in reversal for like it's pertaining to guys, could I deal with a woman that don't have no type of know-how? Nah, I'm sorry. I can't. I couldn't.
And it is some people that are out there, just depending upon like what you like. Some men do like just to look at a woman. They want the ideal shape, makeup done all the time, hair put in place. They want you to be like their
trophy.
Yeah, their trophy wife.
Right.
Or trophy girl, whatever you want to call it. But it is those that are out there that's like, you can't just be sitting here just looking pretty all the time. Right. You have to do something. So, yeah.
What you got for yours? What you find?
For my meme, since the topic is sex talk, the one meme that I came across was, um, what is your favorite type of romantic gesture, or basically, how do you know that it's about to get on and popping? Like, what does your mate do to you, or suggest, or gesture, I should say, to make you know that okay, it's about to go down.
Um, what do you do, or what do I do?
It can be what do I do,
Like, so what do I do to
or
let you
I
know
can
that?
say what I see in you.
Okay, so go ahead.
Okay, so for you, for me, it's a look that he kind of gives.
Always.
It could be a look that he gives. This is a little thing he do with his face or his eyes or whatever. Also, I would say that you do gestures like we may kiss, or you may smack my butt,
A
or
build up throughout the day.
yeah, like little things that kind of will put you in the mind frame of okay, like okay, he leading me on, or so.
I say for you, it's more so a thing to where it seemed like you just be chill. And what I mean be chill, it's like, okay, because normally it's a thing to where it's like, say for instance, 9 times out of 10, like if we both off of work, or like if we both just say freed up, man, we say just off of work. If we both freed up and it's to the point to where it's like to where like I'm at home, I'm still like kind of on the go, or and on the go can be for me, it can be a thing to where it's like uh I'm either handling some type of business, or I'm actually out and about doing some stuff. But if I'm not doing that, what I kind of notice is what you kind of do is like it's like you really don't have nothing, you really don't be doing nothing. I mean, like, or like if you cooking, it's like all you doing is cooking. It's like, it's kind of like it's like a chill. I don't know. It's like it's a chill, relaxed atmosphere mode. And then like even you is more so like, what's that song? Uh, whatever you want, it's all right with me. What is that song? That Whip
We
Appeal song?
we do not own the rights to that music. So.
Well, I didn't sing it. I didn't sing it all the
I
way.
know.
But to me, it just gotta seem like it's more so one of them things to where it's just like you focused on just like being submissive. That's the word. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
okay.
And I can feel it. I kind of feel in the atmosphere, because I don't think it's like it's not just no one specific thing that you do. I just think it's just like you are in the mind state, and that energy that I feel is more so like you just you free. So whatever I want to do is it's all
Oh,
received.
whatever you want to do.
Hey, I mean, whatever I want to do, it seems like it's all received at that point. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of pick up on that. But I mean, as
It's the
far as what,
vibe.
yeah, the vibe, yeah, that's what I said. The
It's the
energy.
energy.
That's what I said. The energy
Yeah.
be there. And then the other thing I say too is, man, said I be ready.
You always right.
Listen. I listen. I remember asking my pops. Okay, I remember asking my pops to the point to where, like, before he passed away, you know, uh, I'm like, hey, do you, do you be erect still, or like how is that? And he pretty much he was like, man, I don't have no problems with that. What's wrong with you? I don't take none of them pills or nothing. Da 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 da. And I'm like, oh, okay. Listen, on command, ready. Like it ain't no. I be ready, straight ready.
Let's see, like this is the thing with women though. Just to get on that topic, women aren't always ready at the drop of a dime.
No, I get
Like,
that. No, I was just saying as far as
I know
for
as
me,
far as for you, but
like I just be ready.
just going off into the playing devil's advocate a little bit. So with women, that's not always the case. So, just acknowledging that sometimes, women need that foreplay or that oven warmed up, a little bit
I agree.
before we can just jump into it. Because it's like, there's other things that sidetrack a woman. Like, how they say women don't think about sex all the time. And that's not true for all women. But, men tend to think about sex all the time. It could just be something that they see on TV, something they read, they be ready, and it's like no going back. So I don't think that that's the same for women because if you have children, you tending to the children, you trying to cook. If you got a career, you trying to pay attention to that. If in school, you trying to focus on that. So I think it's a lot of things that can deviate a woman from getting turned on as quick.
I agree. Well, I don't want to get too far ahead and we wind up basically saying some stuff that
we can do for another show.
No, not necessarily another show, but for what the email somebody sent in.
Oh yeah.
And we overstepping. So I don't want to go there.
That too, but what have you seen?
As far as what?
Your memes. Have you seen anything?
No, I said mine.
Oh, okay.
Mine was my meme was the thing as far as
the handiness.
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, thanks to the anonymous viewers that sent this in.
Where they send it to?
They sent it to Imperfectly Perfect Couple in our inbox. Or Imperfectly Perfect Couple at gmail.com.
And that's also via Instagram, Facebook, and like she just said, you can also send it in to the Gmail.
The Gmail. Yep. Or you can, inbox.
All right. So, okay. I'm kind of anxious. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody actually entrusted, and this is one of our first, which we do have a few more, but we're only just gonna read one today, and this email is going to pretty much lead the way as far as
going into more stuff.
What the topic at hand is about. So
this is a younger couple. They've been married maybe about 7 or 8 years or so. They wanted to know what are some things or tips that you can do to keep the spice in a relationship. They have a couple of kids. They have 2 kids under 10. They worry about, when do you necessarily make the time? How do you keep the spice going when you looking after these kids? And, for the most of us, we're homeschooling. And then when we're not homeschooling our children, we're at work or we're doing other, hustles.
Right. We're constantly on the move.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that I would probably say, hit that thing in that corner. There you go. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're a little ghetto around these joints. Keep doing it. There you go. It's the glass. It's on there. There we go. All right. So one of the things that I would say is of active urgency. That's one of the first things. And what I mean by active urgency, as far as in keeping that spice, any opportunity you get, you have to act on it. You know what I'm saying? You have to act on it. No, it's not. Well, let me be clear. No, the initial intimacy part may not necessarily be the way how it used to be, as far as before kids, or just before you really started taking on a lot of responsibilities. Maintaining your home, careers, or whatever it is that you're doing, kids, whatever. So I think that one of the things that people tend to do, want to reflect on the past so much and not acknowledge what's right in front of them. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if you constantly reflecting on what is not, you're not gonna necessarily realize what it is. So that's my first part. What about you?
I just think that yeah, that's true too as far as the past because I think we get so caught up in the fact that hey, we was doing it like jackrabbits. We was getting it in like you just imagine like with us just personally, before we had kids.
Yeah.
We was at it.
Yeah. Lunch breaks.
All of that stuff like
everywhere. Man.
Hey,
hold on. Go ahead. Go. I ain't gonna forget this. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
But yeah, I just think that everything can't be. You can't always get the foreplay like you want the foreplay. You can't. You know what I'm saying? You can't even necessarily set a time or you can't put a time or a date on any of that. So it's more so you gotta try to find the time. Even if your kids are in school, or it's just
or even if your kids watch a movie, if they're watching a movie and y'all get a quick second to
to sneak off.
Man, look here, what?
Get a lock for your door. How about that?
Lock for your door. You know what I'm saying? Mommy just getting off work. She get out that shower real quick. Daddy already laying in the bed, chilling. I know me. I be at salute. I be ready. You feel me? You got to be ready. But the other thing is too, like, okay, like I can like that act of urgency. You know what I'm saying? That act of you gotta find a time. You know what I'm saying? And one of the things with me is what I can remember. Okay, this is when I was working for two major companies at this time. Of course, automotive industry. You know what I'm saying? And
I already know where you about to go with this.
And so.
Oh my God.
Well, no, I don't know if I'm gonna go that way, but I may or may not. But
you may or may
I may or may not. But one of the things that I can remember it was to the point. And see, during this time when I was working in the automotive industry back then, during the time that I'm referring to, it was a norm for it was taboo to work over 8 hours. So you was doing your 8 and skate, and it was most definitely a norm for them to have you working Saturday or Sunday. Workers wanted to work Saturday and Sundays. You know what I'm saying? So I was working 8 hours at this spot, and I leave and I do another 8 hours at this other spot. We didn't have kids. I was still staying at home. But the thing is, we had already started, our sexual escapade with each other. You know what I'm saying? At this point. Now the thing is, okay, yeah, Monday through Friday, I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? I'm at work. You was at Wayne WC3 then.
Yeah.
She was at WC3 and she was working. So it was like my times, I was getting off maybe 12, 1, 2, somewhere up in there, maybe even later than 12, about 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And of course, got to be respectful. She can't be coming in and out of her pop's crib, but sometimes them Fridays had to happen. So what I would do, when I would get off, before a certain time, I had the expedition. You hear me?
Oh my God.
Hey, pull up. After I went home, shower real quick. Listen, bring that ass out here, girl. Right now. You hear me? Sorry, Ma. I know.
Oh my God.
Y'all watching, but listen, yes, we wasn't just watching movies in the car.
Oh my God.
We was making a movie.
Oh my God. You was so
but all jokes aside though, so it's just more so like one of them things to where it's like you gotta find the time. You know what I'm saying? Find that time to keep that flame, keep it going. So that's just one example to the point. Now, and I said all that to say is that was off of working 16 hours. 16 hours, 5 hours, 5 days a week. And I still had to end it. What? Ain't no I'm sleepy, Geritol. I don't even know if Viagra was around then. But I wouldn't have took that.
It was.
I wouldn't have took it. That's crazy.
But you were younger too, so you didn't need it.
Look, I do's it. That's right. I do's it.
There's something wrong with you.
What else would you say?
No, I would just say that, finding that time is important. Also, maybe doing little things to, spice up the bedroom. I mean, you can incorporate, different toys, things that you may be interested
Oh
in.
yeah, toys.
Yeah, so yeah.
I'm a toy buyer. You know what I'm
He's a
saying?
toy buyer, and I'm the experiment.
I listen. Look here. I know it's taboo because I've heard it. I have conversations.
Men can get intimidated by that.
Guys are very intimidated. But let me tell you, fellas, I got something coming for us really, really soon. I'm gonna break that mold. I'm gonna break that stigma. And that's part of that elevation. That's part of that. Of Well, I ain't gonna even say that's part of that. Well, what I was going to say was this: people change. You know what I'm saying? If you look at who you were 10 years ago, you're not the same. If you look at some of the same interests that you had, you're not the same. And part of this comes from, it was a movie that I was watching last night. The spin on it was kind of crazy. The spin was crazy. I had never, well, I think I did see it, but I don't remember it. Yeah, I forgot about it. So it's like bits and pieces of it. But the thing is, the ladies, the in this particular movie that I seen, this lady needs and wants had changed. Because her and her husband had been together. They had been together since high school.
Yep.
And of course, they were both successful. She had her own business. He was doing his thing. But this lady's sexual desires had changed. You know what I'm saying? And I think I think a lot of times what happen, the older we get, the more stubborn we get. You know what I'm saying? Her husband wasn't trying to hear it. He wasn't trying to hear it at all. He was not trying to hear it. And that kind of, I don't want to say it caused her, but it opened up that door to where it was like she wasn't necessarily being heard by him. And with her not necessarily being heard by him, those desires and
went elsewhere.
You gotta think.
Went to a few other people.
And she was getting it, so she was getting it in. So what I was gonna say is that, fellas, I got something coming. You know what I'm saying? I'm working on something that I'm gonna put out there real soon, to the point to where I want to break that stigma with us fellas, as far as just looking at, especially like when it comes to toys and just sexual things, because you will be surprised of the things, and even the ladies too. But I would say most definitely the fellas, you will be surprised of some of the things that your woman is interested in or that she thinks about, but she don't want to tell you because of just the just some of the things that you expressed or your reaction to it, or you may downplay it, and you may just entertain it. That's all I'm saying. So I'm working on something. What else would you say? What else some other tips that you would say that we do?
Yeah, I said the toys. I mean, there are all different kinds. I would say, sometimes the excitement, like if you don't have your kids, or even if you like a couple without kids, or I would say just like setting the mood like at home, with the pandemic and everything being so heavy, a lot of people are kind of fearful of going out, so set up like a little date night. You can do that in your home. You can have it, you can set the mood more so.
I would also say communication is most definitely the key.
Oh yeah.
However you communicate, I mean, you and then people have to realize too that, just because you've been together with somebody forever, don't automatically just assume that they get it, that they understand, or that they know. You know what I'm saying? You have to be very transparent, and I think that helps on so many levels too. That transparency, it helps, so with the communication, that goes back to, just relaying desires, wants, needs, what you think, what may or may not be fulfilled. And then at the same time too, just because you communicate something does not necessarily mean that you have to act on it. A lot of times you just want to be heard. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people just want to be heard. It's kind of like one of them things, it's kind of one of them things to where it's like, if you was to say, well, guess what I seen today? And you just want somebody just to ignite. You just want to be able to express what you saw or what you know what I'm saying, or what type of interest it is. So don't be so judgmental and knocking things down. And that also goes for the ladies too. You know what I'm saying? Because like what you just said prior to this segment, you were saying that, you know, about the foreplay and you got to warm it up and all this type of stuff. Sometimes you have to psychologically do that to yourself. I mean, and I think with that, it's a thing to where it both people should be on par for that, you know. So throughout the day, send them text messages, do that, you know.
Send those pictures,
memes, you know, send them. You know what I mean?
So like, okay, here's the devil's advocate.
What's that?
Okay, you've been sending these memes and these pictures and all of that stuff, and because of certain circumstances, because this has happened to us, you can't necessarily get it in because it's just other things going on. Your kids may be running haywire that day because, you know, we know that happens.
Oh, yeah.
So,
that happens.
Like, what do you do in that situation? You know, because, I mean, in our case, we have, you know, just carry it over. If we fell asleep for the night and we was tired, we may just carry it over to, like, that next morning or something, or try to pick up, you know, where we left off. But, I mean, when you're so anxious about the stuff that you've been seeing just all day from these messages and back and forth, you know, it should keep you excited enough, you know, during, you know.
Well, you know what too? One of the things that I can say, you know, like as far as adding on to what you were saying, if it's a thing to where like the house is not, it is just not happening. I mean, it goes back to what we said before, as to where it's like, you know, wherever you can get it in, that do it, you know, which I'm quite sure a lot of our viewers, I'm quite sure y'all done got it in the car and so on and so forth. Just because you grown don't mean you got to stop doing that. Hey, I'm quite sure you got a house. I'm quite sure you got this. Don't just think that because I got a house, it got to be at nighttime in the bed. No, switch it up. Be open-minded. Switch it up. You have to be open. You know what I'm saying? Be open with it. Go back to some of them things that
now you did in the beginning.
Exactly. Go back to some of those things. You know what I'm saying? Now, so what about this then? So this was another question that had came my way. So what would you say for you? Mm-hmm. What's a sweet spot number per week?
Oh, with everything going on.
Just what? No, just like not even just what. Like what would you want? Like if it was you, right now, if you could just, you know, if everything worked out perfect, to where the kids was in line, you know what I'm saying? You got off. You can get off work and just things just flow. What's a sweet spot number for you per week? How many days per week would you say, I gotta get it in? I gotta have sex.
I would say at least 3. At least 3.
That's the minimum.
Maybe more, you know, but I just think it depends on what's going on.
I understand that.
Yeah, 3. I would say at least 3. I think if you're not doing it at least those 3 days out of the week, you kind of got to reevaluate, you know, what's going on.
Yeah.
Because, you know, there's a lot of things that come into play. I mean, sometimes it's just that woman. Sometimes it may be things going on with, you know, the man, or
that's true.
It could be a lot of stuff, you know.
That's very true. That is very true.
But it very much is a mental thing, you know. If your mental ain't necessarily intact with your whole sexual drive, it will throw things off.
Well, listen, I'm in tune. I am one with my sexual drive. You hear me?
So what are some things that you like personally? Like, what do you mean? Just about the act, or the atmosphere, or the build up.
Oh, you know what? That's something else. Before I answer that, but one of the things that I was gonna add in there too is that about changing the scenery. You know, a lot of times, you know, just because we have a house, and I know I just said that because we have a car, and you know, just because we got a life and we got bills and we this and that, we tend to forget that changing up a scenery. I know it sounds like I'm repeating myself, but changing up a scenery. So you got to think it's different areas and different places bring out different energies. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So with different places and different areas bringing out different energies, you'll be surprised for just going to get a room. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like what kind of energy that'll bring it, you know, because hey, you ain't got to worry about nothing in this damn room. You know, as long as it's clean, it's good. You know what I'm saying? You won't see nothing out of place, you know that, but you don't have to worry about nobody busting in. It's just overall, I think it's a different energy. So don't forget to incorporate that. So fellas, most definitely, if you wanna, that's one of the things I would recommend. Get a room. Go get a room. Make it your business. Try to do that maybe at least once or twice a month if you can. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes it's just that energy in that house to where I'm not saying that it's bad. If it's bad energy, you better get some sage and open up the windows and get to going. That's right. I know about that. You didn't know that. I'm telling you, do that. But yeah, most definitely. I think that, you know, you'll be surprised of just that energy. I mean, you know, because hey, we got busy lives. I mean, you know, it may be a thing to where it's clothes that need to be folded over there, or you know, the kids is here and there, and it's like
you don't necessarily want to look at the same
the same setting
all the time.
Change it up. But so you said, what are some of the things? What were you saying? What were some of the things that what?
Like what's like? I would say like what's like your turn on?
Turn ons for me. I say everything about you. I say everything. It's not just one thing. I overall, I'm infatuated with the woman's body overall, especially and I you know what I think what enhances that turn on to where is like when you accent certain parts of your body. Mm-hmm. So say for instance, like, you know, like your lips, your eyes, or, you know, you may want to put on heels today, or you may want to, you know, dress in a certain way. So it's not, to me, it's not just one specific thing. It's just that I think it's more so a thing to where it all depends on how you feeling and what you wind up accenting. I can find the most non-sexual thing that is sexual, like your earlobes. Ooh, my goodness, look at these earlobes here.
You know what? I would say for me, like my turn on is
my hair. She like my hair.
When I met him, he didn't have hair. Okay,
no, I'm playing
so around. Like, I mean, that was something that I did have to grow into because, like, you know, with locks take on an ugly stage at the beginning.
I'm the number one rude boy by my clock.
Okay, so but like now, like yeah, I like these now, but I would say something that you've always done from the very beginning, like you've always smelled good. You know,
smell
I love
must.
colognes, I love oils. You know what I'm saying? That's the first person I learned that from was my daddy. I mean, my daddy was always into that. Smell good, keeping yourself clean.
Yeah.
He's a neat freak about that type of stuff. So you know,
your visual appearance is it's a must. You know what I'm saying?
Like fingernails, keeping your fingernails clean. I used to
big hands. Smack it.
That was a big pet peeve about like when I would meet guys and see that they had dirty fingernails or, you know, they teeth off or, you know, just, you know, things that you would think so that you were supposed to keep it, you know, together.
Right. Mm-hmm. Right. Okay. Well, I think we pretty much getting it together.
And your lips.
Oh, you know what? That's another thing too, man. Look, take care of your lips and stuff, man. Your teeth, your lip. Just take care of your whole body.
Drink water.
Take care of your whole body. Most definitely do that. But man.
Oh, really? Oh, that's another topic. Make sure you drink your water.
Yeah. Well, all right. Well, we about to take a quick break and we'll be right back.
I'm in the back on bottle, RL on, and I got me a model. She know red bone skin like Coco. A gang full of pretty things, begging low so. Your girl cold, man, she saying you a bozo. She said you hack her social on the low low. I never give my 2 cents, that's a no-no. Plus I ain't finna be another nigga promo. So tell the way to bring a bottle what a do say. And tell your shorty be a lady, not a groupie. And we gon' have it going up like a Tuesday. So gon' take it to the head like a toupee. My homie Vine walked in yelling Duke. FaceTiming with a freak like Boosie. Her booty beat. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
The Caster Spot, the only location for audio and visual podcasts. All of your favorite podcast shows in one location.
All right. Well, it seems as if we had a good show.
Mm-hmm. Very much.
You like this one?
Yeah, it's cool.
That's right. Like we said before, most definitely send in those questions. Hit those inboxes on Instagram or Facebook or the Gmail, which is Imperfectly Perfect Couple. Of course, on Instagram, it's Imperfectly Perfect Couple. And on Facebook, it's Imperfectly Perfect Couple. And then for the emails, it's imperfectlyperfectcouple@gmail.com. And be sure to like,
share,
and comment. I think we still said it backwards, but y'all get it. You know, it's Imperfectly Perfect all day.
Oh, yeah.
So, in conclusion.
So, I would say just with everything, you know, you just have to make sure, fellas, that you're open to that lady's opinions and her thoughts and her wants and her needs. And, you know, just basically don't ignore things that she may throw out, because it could be throw out there, because there could be things that could help you continue to build onto your sexual relationship or your relationship as a whole. And, you know, that's important. And ladies, you know, you have to do whatever you feel that can keep that spice going as well. You have to, you know, if it comes down to buying a couple of outfits or buying you a couple of wigs or just something that, you know, because, you know, either way it goes, like, you're with this person, you plan on spending, you know, the rest of your life with this person, or, you know, even if it's for a spell, you have to do things that keep that fire going. You know, it's certain aspects that do come into play with work, you know, children, and things that may change over those years that you're together. But you have to do what you have to do to keep everything going, to keep everything moving in a positive direction, because, you know, sex is not the main point of a relationship, but it's a very important subject and a very important role in a relationship.
Right.
So.
And also, fellas, get out there, network, politic. Got to get that know-how going. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to frustrate that lady to where, you know, something break at the house, or, you know, the car need to be fixed. You know what I'm saying? It's more than just being that man and bringing in that money. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to have that know-how in some type of way. And that know-how don't necessarily mean that you got to know how to do it yourself, but knowing how to, you know, picking up the phone or getting people to do it. And then also trying to get it done at a reasonable price. You know what I'm saying? Just because somebody tell you, like today, what happened to us today, they told us, what, $2.99 I said, man, okay, I wish I would. You know what I'm saying? So it's being able to have that wittiness and knowing what's what. You know what I'm saying? Because women look at that. They most definitely they look at that. You don't want to just be no fool to where you just paying this and that all the time. You know what I'm saying? So just knowing how to do XYZ. And then for my ladies.
For the ladies.
Just don't want to sit there and just be no trophy piece. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you gotta get up and make it happen too.
You gotta know how to do something.
Got to keep that body clean, smell good.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Drink your water.
Water. You know what? We need to get a water. Imperfectly Perfect Couple water.
Water.
Sprinkle it, and it's gonna be blessed with sage. You know.
Blessed with sage.
But serious. But for real though, ladies, bring something else to the table. You know what I'm saying? Of course, your man gonna have it, but it's always good to have that perfect assistant right there too. You know what I'm saying? To where when I need to throw that alley hoop, boom, you got it.
Dunk.
Or you see me about to gritty miss it, you got it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't no sports person, so I probably said something wrong. That is not me at all. But until then,
it's real.
For sure. Hey, you know what? Hold on. We was talking about doing things differently and keeping things spicy. Here we go. All right, y'all.